I've chopped up some of the best bits of traffic, and then I've bounced these three down. I've bounced them in place, which is obviously you just select and then control click, bounce in place. Then I've got a second version of it here, and I've just offset it slightly so it's kind of like doubled up all of the sounds. So this is what we've got so far. We could enhance that a little bit with some extra reverb. So we could just go up to the mixer and on the whizzing traffic. Let's just, we've got all these layers now. So let's just select all our traffic, send them all to a bus. Bus 1, increase bus 1, and bus 1, let's put a bit of Space Designer. Okay, let's choose Long City Street. See what that sounds like. Obviously probably a little bit too much reverb there, so let's just like take those down a little bit, but that's a good starting point. And now we'll work a bit more on the next section, so we'll work our way through it. Here's the point where it changes to footsteps, so we'll still want traffic in the background. We'll just want something a bit more filtered, so we could do another sub bounce of all of that. Stick that over here. And because we want this to sound a little bit more subdued, we could just stick an EQ on it and take a little bit of the top end down. That kind of thing, maybe. We're going to need a bit longer on this, so let's just grab that. Okay. Okay, so that's about the length of that scene. I'm going to look for some dog. Okay, so we've got some dogs there. And so where are our dogs then? So let's scroll past here. Dog makes entrance here. It'd be good if we could see the time, right? So let's put it to time. You can see on here, this is SMPTE time. And the frame rate of this film is obviously 30 subframes. So it always defaults to, when you go to the top of your film, it's like 0, 1, and then 0, 0 is the start of that time. Okay, so SMPTE is usually 4 sets of 2 zeros. Society of Motion Picture Engineers, I believe that stands for. It's the standard timing of all film production. So if we scroll forward, the dog makes an entrance at about 11 seconds. Yeah. So let's just put one of our dogs trotting past. Let's start that. Let's create another track just so we can move that here. Just around there. Let's move everything else. Mute that channel. Okay, so it just pauses. It was pretty good at the start, but obviously the animal pauses just here. So we want to cut that file at that point and move it until it starts walking again there. Ideally, if we had a bit of this sound where the dog was not trotting, but it was just background, maybe we can patch that in later. So just here, let's turn on automation. Where it stops just there. Just take that down. Okay, well that's kind of coming together. And so the dog also descends here, so we might not have him in picture, but he's probably descending. So let's got to get rid of it by that point. Maybe we can get the landscape to take over at that section. And I think because it's out of picture, it can go lower. So maybe we can fade him out over time. So now we need a few footsteps as well as a second layer. So let's just move that to here. Stick a layer of footsteps over the top of the stuff. So we need a variety of footsteps here. So what I'm going to suggest is we split this up as a sample. Let's go into the sampler track, check that edit zone, C3, close, save. Let's get rid of that for a second. Okay, so let's just make a few duplicates. Okay, let's see what that's like. So we need those footsteps earlier. Okay. Okay, so we're getting somewhere. And as you can see, it's building up lots and lots of layers of stuff that's going on.